slide.
Financial performance analysis of Sundaram Finance Limited.
Here in contents we will discuss about the introduction. We will introduction about the company, and then we will be talking about the NBFC. Then the main activities the Sundaram Finance is dealing with, and the financial analysis of Sundaram Finance. Then the growth of Sundaram Finance Limited. Then the challenges Sundaram Finance facing.
I want pin drop silence, please. Please.
And the conclusion. In the introduction, the Sundaram Finance was is founded by T.S. Santhanam and in the year 1954 with a paid up capital of 2 lakhs and promoted by Madras Motors and General Insurance Company. But in later in 1972 it got incorporated and it expanded its business and it provide all the other financial services. The initial object of the Sundaram Finance is to finance commercial vehicles, and the expansion growth now it's expanded different, like they are financing providing home finance, they are providing vehicle finance, they are providing also dealing with mutual funds, and now they have 240 branches in nationwide. Sundaram Finance believes in growth, equality and profitability.
Now, non-banking financial companies. Do you know about NBFCs? NBFCs are non-banking financial companies situated in India. That is the financial institutions that provide same services, but they are not like the banks. They provide, basically they deal in providing finance, loan and other things for and they provide the interest rate a bit higher than the bank loans that is available in the public sector, and basically NBFC is dealing in the private sector. And due to the NBFCs we are having some pros and cons which are that is an alternative source of credit is available with the customers, as if the public sector bank denies the loan or delays the loan, then if it's urgent need, then we can contact to NBFCs and we can get the loan easily. Then it's direct contact with clients, eliminating intermediaries. We can directly contact to the NBFC and apply for the loan, and nowadays it's online process. We can apply the loan for the online process, and then we can receive the application status from the particular branch or the institute, and we can process our loans. Then it's liquidity for the finance system. As I stated that if it's the urgent need of any cash or some payment is to be made in urgent need, then the liquidity of the institution or the organization is been maintained through NBFCs with the help of NBFCs. Then it's there are some cons also, that is the non-regulated, non-subject to oversight. It's basically the security deposited is high and the interest rate is also high. So the burden for the borrower is a bit high as per the loans being taken from the banks or the public sector.
The main activities the Sundaram Finance is deal with the deposit rates, they take deposits from the publics and they give interest on that. And higher purchasing is like if you want to buy something and they will finance it, and the retail finance they are dealing with the car financing, home finance. Then business finance, they give commercial vehicle finance, they finance the equipment finance. Then the tire financing, then leasing, they like if you want to take some property on lease, they will finance it. And insurance, they provide different insurance like car insurance and what else?
Sundaram Finance is basically in the commercial vehicle segment. Their main focus is providing the finance for the commercial vehicle. But now they prosper their business and they are now they are in other schemes also that they provide. They also provide tire finance and diesel finance. That is a rare case provided by the NBFCs. It's to help for the transporters so that they can easily smoothen for the smoothness of their business when run. Here is the financial report of Sundaram Finance. Here are some ratio, that is current ratio, cash ratio, gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, and debt to equity ratio and return on equity. As we can see that from 2016 to 2019, there is a growth in current ratio that states that the liquidity of the Sundaram Finance is bit stable now as compared to 2016. That it's a cash ratio that is it was 0.062 in 2016 and it's a 0.058 in 2019. It depicts the decline in the cash ratio, that is the absolute liquidity of the Sundaram Finance is bit decreased. Then its gross profit ratio, it was 27.61 and now in 2019 it's 25.25. And in 2018 it decreased to 16.12. So if we compare of 2018 and 2019, then we get to know that Sundaram Finance has grown its gross profit by 9%, approx 9%. It states that for earning 1 rupee, if Sundaram Finance invests 1 rupee, then it get back 16 paisa. Then its net profit ratio has also grown around the time. It's 2018 was a downfall for Sundaram Finance and it's now growing in 2019. And that's debt to equity ratio, it's 0.84 in 2019, which states that it's below the ideal debt to equity ratio, that is 1. And it states that Sundaram Finance is not prone towards taking long-term loans and it's a bit towards a debt-free firm. Then its return on equity. Return on equity is increased from 2018 to 2019, that is 0.08 to 0.12. It states that shareholders and the investors will get a good return this year, so they would be more obliged to invest in the Sundaram Finance Limited. Here is the revenue chart of the Sundaram Finance, as it's been growing continuously from 2016 to 2019. But in 2018 there was a shortfall in liquidity, but then also Sundaram Finance managed to gain the revenue as per the years. And it's for 2019 it's 1,25,850.18 lakhs for the current year.
The challenges Sundaram Finance Limited is facing now is like rising interest and the rate pressure from the funding from NBFC. Like talking about the rising interest, like the NBFC is rising the interest rate, like is funding to the NBFC, and the pressure from funding, like NBFC is getting less funding from the public and all. That's why the Sundaram Finance is facing that challenge in nowadays. And heavy competition. There is other competitors like Tata Capital, there is Bajaj Finance, and there is Mahindra and Mahindra Finance Limited. These are competitors who is providing better service and with other customer service. That's why the Sundaram Finance is facing competition over there. And trust of the customer, it's like now like if anyone is thinking of depositing money in some bank or some in like NBFC, definitely there's a fear in their mind that due to the recent news of the Nirav Modi and Vijay Mallya and all this, that's why they're facing the challenges in there.
Now it's a conclusion slide. As per the whole presentation, we have got to know about the ratios and all. And the ratio stated that Sundaram Finance is again back to the stable position after 2018 downfall. So it has regained the trust of its customer, that is investors, and they have also got a growth in their gross profit ratio and net profit ratio, which may result in the growth of the Sundaram Finance in the future prospect. That is, the Sundaram Finance is again on the track of growth. Thank you.
Thank you.